Yo, what's up, YouTube? It's your boy, the Great Picture here, DGP, back in with another episode, you guys. You guys see the title a year ago, right here. Hopefully, I had this a year exactly afterwards, but about a year ago, I did a list around this time, OTA's time, where I said the top 10 players who I'm looking for this season. Now, we kind of had some, some various opinions in that, and pretty much right now, if you guys didn't see that video, I'm just going to give you guys a quick rundown on who we selected. So without further ado, let's go through the top 10. So as everybody sees right there, I was somewhat right. I was a hit, miss, and some of them incomplete just because, injuries. I was not taking injuries into account, like a Derrick Rivers, Malcolm Mitchell, Cyrus Jones. Who knew they was going to tear the ACLs in preseason? But, I had a couple misses. Coney Ely, Landon Roberts, way off on that. I don't even think Landon Roberts made the roster, if I'm not mistaken. I know Coney Ely didn't make the roster. Way off on that. But our guards played well last year. Neon Dion, again, phenomenal. Stephon Gilmore, phenomenal. Malcolm Butler did pretty good, and Brandon Cooks did pretty good. Now, out of the five out of 10, I hit 3, incompletes. We'll see because of injuries. And then 2, I got completely wrong. So we'll see if I do better than that. I was 50% last year. Maybe I can up that to maybe 60, 70%. But out of those guys who I hit on, Brandon Cooks, Malcolm Butler, Neon Dion, those 3 are gone. So on the left, I just the guards, the interior lineman, and Stephon Gilmore. They're the only ones that's returning from a year ago that I actually think I did pretty good on for that. So without further ado, hopefully I do good this top 10. Let's get into it. At number 10, I'm going to the offensive tackles. Yes, Marcus Cannon, Ladarius Waddle. I'm looking at you guys, and also Trent Brown as well. Now, last year, I was worried about the interior offensive linemen, but they were actually better than our outside, which I thought our outside was going to be well put together with Solder, Marcus Cannon, Waddle, and Fleming, as the backups interchangeable. We lost Solder and we lost Fleming in free agency. Marcus Cannon has been nicked up with injuries the past couple years, so our tackle's looking kind of weak. Now, Cannon, who's a year older, Waddle, who wasn't really the best last year, and then we got Trent Brown from trade. We got to figure out how these pieces are going to help to get the right side, which I believe that's Cannon, where he's going to work at, but the left side, who's going to protect Brady's blind side? Remember, similar to our kicker when we went from Gostkowski, we went from Vinatieri to Gostkowski, we went from Matt Light to Nate Solder. You really can't do much better than that in terms of having 2 great left tackles for 2 back-to-back decades in the Brady era. So we'll see how that goes. And again, I'm not talking about Isaiah Wynn, which I'll get into later. But yeah, those 3 tackles, Marcus Cannon, Ladarius Waddle, Trent Brown, those are my number 10 people on the things I want to work with, the offensive tackles. At number 9, I'm taking Rob Gronkowski. Yes, the best tight end in NFL right now. His stats last year were pretty good for a comeback season. As you remember, the year before, he only played 5 games because he was banged up with injuries in the beginning of the season. And then when Brady came back from that suspension, he got hurt again towards the end of the season. So in the 14 games he was there last year, remember, he missed a Thursday night game against the Bucs, which he could have played had it been on Sunday, but erred on the side of caution. Then he had a 1-game suspension against the Bills. Last year, 69 receptions, 1,100 yards essentially, which was number 1 in tight ends, and 8 touchdowns, which was tied for second with potential with that. I feel like he still won't give us 1,000 yards, 6 touchdowns this year. Probably missed about a couple games, but does he really want to play? Does he have that itch? Does he have that heart, the grind to keep playing this year? Number 8, I got Money Mitch. Shout out to Markel the Great. You already know. He was on the bandwagon since his rookie year, since he got drafted. Malcolm Mitchell, as I said last year, he was on my list last year, but as I said before, I give him an incomplete because, again, who knew he was going to be out for the whole season? I knew going into the year that he was going to be on the unable to perform list for the first 6 to 8 weeks, and I was like, he's going to come back later to the season, probably get it going by like week 13, week 14, and was able to, work himself in, with the Brandon Cooks, Julian Edelman, Danny Amendola. Julian Edelman gets hurt, Brandon Cooks takes over, Amendola's looking good, he's nicked up, and then Mitchell has a setback with his foot injury, was never able to get onto the field, but he's had a promising rookie year towards the end of his career in the 1 season he was able to play. Since week 9 of his rookie year, where he broke out against the 49ers, he averaged 6 receptions, 51 yards, 0.7 TDs per game. As you guys remember, he had 4 touchdowns going in to the playoffs, and then in the Super Bowl 51 against the Falcons, 6 catches for 70 yards. Did a pretty good job. 2 years left on his rookie deal. Now, I'm not saying he's going to replace Brandon Cooks. He's going to be the stud wide receiver, but could he be that old reliable third or fourth option in the offense, you know, after Julian Edelman or James White or, you know, even a Bartkowski? Could he be like that Amendola type person where he makes crucial big plays where it's third down? You know, we have playoff Dola. Could he be that guy? We'll find out, but that's how I'm keeping my eyes on Malcolm Mitchell coming back from this injury. Hopefully he can get about 500, 400 yards, maybe 2-3 touchdowns. If he does that, it'll look pretty good for us. At number 7, we're going to look at the running back core now. We drafted Sony Michel, 31st overall. Rex Burkhead, we extended him to a contract. James White, Super Bowl 51 hero, and Mike Gillislee in the doghouse. Oh, wait, here's the kicker. I didn't even mention we got Jeremy Hill this offseason, so all those guys plus Brandon Bolden from special teams. He's also considered a running back. How will this all work out? Now, I expect Sony Michel to replace Dion Lewis. Rex Burkhead, he probably will be our workhorse to start out. You know, we'll go see, because Gillislee actually was our workhorse to start out in the beginning. Then he started fumbling, and that's a whole different thing. Even if he would even make the roster with Jeremy Hill there. But we got to figure out how this all will work. We have a guy, Dion Lewis, who, again, Dion left. Hope he does well in Tennessee. But we have a guy who we have to replace. 900 yards of rushing, 6 TDs rushing, and 200 yards catching, 3 touchdowns catching as well. So about 1,000 yards from scrimmage and 9 touchdowns. I think he also had a return one too. So about 10 touchdowns, 1,000 yards from scrimmage. We got to figure out how we're going to replace Sony Michel's going to step into that role. But I just want to know how all this will work. We'll see how that works, man. So yeah, the running back core, they got a lot to do. So that's who I'm going to go with number 7. At number 6, Cyrus Jones. I'll make this one really quick. I had high hopes for him, you know, when he got drafted, but his first year he didn't really look too well. Pretty trash. Will he even make the roster? We just drafted a guy in the 2nd round, again, just like we did with Cyrus Jones, Dawson from Florida. Cyrus Jones didn't make the roster coming off of his torn ACL to be the slot cornerback, because now we have Stephon Gilmore, Jason McCourty on the outside. That slot corner spot is where all the competition is at. So Eric Rowe, you know, we got JoJo, Jonathan Jones, and then we have Dawson, and then we have Cyrus Jones coming back. So 4 guys are going to fight it out for that slot corner spot, and I'm anticipating he's going to lose it. And so could he be a returner? But Cordell Patterson's back there, so it's like, where are you going to do? So I don't know, man. He tore his ACL last preseason. Yeah, Cyrus Jones, I'm keeping my eye on you, but looking like a fail, man. We haven't been doing good with these 2nd round corners, man. Ross Dowling, Cyrus Jones, the list goes on and on. We ain't been looking too good with that. Number 5, Dante Hightower. Again, he's the best defensive player on this roster. Although he's injury prone, last year he missed most of the season with the knee and a torn pectoral muscle injury. Can he bounce back? I kind of look at this year like how I did Bartkowski last year, where I was just like, all right, you know, he's always been banged up, but he missed basically a full season last year. Can he make it up? And I think he will. I think he's going to do good, bounce back, be our inside linebacker guy that we really desperately need. Also outside, again, he's just so versatile, can rush the passer outside, inside. He's just our best defender, and we need him back on the field ASAP with that crappy defense from last year. So Dante Hightower, number 5. At number 4, we're going with Derrick Rivers. Again, similar to what Malcolm Mitchell, what I said earlier. Torn his ACL practice last year against the Texans in a joint practice. He was one of our top picks, the second highest pick, if I'm not mistaken. He was picked in the 3rd round. Much needed defensive line help. Again, Trey Flowers can't do it all by himself. Malcolm Brown needs some help. Ever since Rob Ninkovich retired, we haven't really found that key guy, that pass rusher, man. So having Hightower back and Derrick Rivers, they kind of go hand in hand. I think Derrick Rivers will be good. And again, I'm excited to see what he looks like. So we'll see how he looks. But yeah, he's going to help us with much needed pass rushing help on the outside. And yeah, man, number 4, I got Derrick Rivers, man. Ain't nothing else really I can say. Number 3, Isaiah Wynn, our 1st round pick this year. He could be a guard or tackle. He's a smaller tackle, but he can fit right in the guard position. As I said earlier in my previous video with Joe Thuney when he's going through surgery, this could be an opportunity for him to show us what he can do at guard. He might be the left tackle that's going to replace Soda. We don't know, but he's going to be using his offensive line with Dante Hightower, and that's why I didn't include him earlier with my tackles, because he can also be considered as a guard as well. And again, will he be the one to replace Nate Solder, man? But I feel like he's going to be moved everywhere except for center on this offensive line. So Isaiah Wynn, a lot of versatility, a lot of potential. We'll see how that works out, yeah. But Isaiah Wynn, man, number 3, that's the guy who I'm looking at for this season. Number 2, I have Julian Edelman, man, coming back for his torn ACL against the Lions in the preseason, man. I remember it just like it was yesterday. I was watching that game real intensely. It was week 3, and he went down, tore his ACL, man. Just like Bartkowski, he has 2 more years left on his current deal, so we'll see how he performs with that, man. 1,100 yards and 17 TDs. That was Brandon Cook's stats this past season with us, and Edelman with 1,100 yards and 3 touchdowns this season before that. So Brandon Cooks came and replaced him perfectly, but we came into the season expecting to have Cooks and Edelman together. So, you know, how would that work with Malcolm Mitchell coming back? We still lost Danny Amendola, so we're going to need a lot of production from Julian Edelman, man. A lot more touchdowns definitely for him. He hasn't been a touchdown guy, been more so that key 5, 6, not 5, well, I'll say 8, 9 yard guy who can get us the first down, you know, move the chains type of person. But I'm going to need him to do better to get some more touchdowns, man, because again, we don't have Brandon Cooks, don't have Danny Amendola. So, we're not even replacing, man. Hopefully he can bounce back from his ACL injury, man. Yeah, again, you guys might hear me say ACL injury a lot. It's a lot, man. Knock on wood. But again, Julian Edelman, that's the second guy I'm looking out for. Brady gets his buddy back, so hey, we'll see how that all works out. And before I even get to number 1, as I did last year, we're going to have an honorable mention. And the honorable mention for this season, Jason McCourty, y'all. The twin of Devin McCourty, y'all. This has been in the making for years. It's been rumored since he was a Titans 3 years ago that he was going to come join his brother, or you know, Devin was going to go join Jason. Either way, they wanted to play with each other before their careers ended, and finally was able to have that happen. As he said, it's a dream come true. As he said, it's a dream come true. Last season with the Browns, again, 3 picks, 1 pick. So he had a pick 6 last year against the Texans. 14 pass breakups, a solid number 2 corner. Thing is, he has never made the playoffs this year in his career. He's never made the playoffs in his 9-year career. So, probably gonna get this first one this year, man. It's looking like it, but yeah, Jason McCourty, man, probably gonna come be our number 2 corner. Him and Devin McCourty, it's gonna be cool saying the McCourty twins back together. Now their parents don't have to pick a side; they can just now root for the Patriots full time. But yes, Jason McCourty, that is my honorable mention for this year. And at number 1, the guy who I'm looking to for this year, Tom Brady. Stephon Gilmore, with him stepping into now the official number 1 role as a cornerback. He's our top corner. Malcolm Butler gone. His Pro Football Focus score went from 70.9, and then when he joined us last year, went to 89.4. He did an excellent job on Alshon Jeffrey in the Super Bowl when he was guarding him. Can he lead this secondary, man? And again, this was the big contract, the guy that we signed last offseason, last free agency. We made a splash, and that's the money that I still believe that should have went to Malcolm Butler somehow, some way. But Belichick believes in this guy again. He likes tall, physical corners, and Stephon Gilmore is the prototype. So this is going to be his secondary. It's going to be his secondary outside Devin McCourty. We'll see how he is in that number 1 cornerback role. Again, he was like that in Buffalo. They ended up getting, I think it's Nickel Roby Coleman. I think that's what his name is. He's now replacing Gilmore as being the best corner. So Stephon Gilmore has a lot to step into. Has a lot of expectations after having a great year with the Patriots. We'll see how he does in year 2, but yeah, he'll be the number 1 corner, and that is why, you know, he's my number 1 player that I'm looking forward to this season. So with all that being said, let me guys know your top 10. Did I miss anybody? Again, let me know your top 10 down below in the comment section. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment, all that great stuff. And again, Patriot fans, Pats Nation, I got you. I should have another eye on this one, but we're going to add, you know, put 2 more eyes on this one, because we coming out, got to be Super Bowl 53 champions. Get number 6, blitz for 6, back on, man. But again, season's coming around, means expect more videos like this, expect more different live streams. I'm coming at y'all with a lot of Patriot news. It's your boy DGP, and I'm out. Peace.